This is the SuperHandy 3-inch wood chipper. First, let's go over the features and my experience with using it, and then we'll do a installation how to put it together after. Well, I've been impressed with this. I ran it for an hour and a half non-stop. The very first time I started it, 2 poles it started, no issue, which is pretty sweet. This is the 3-inch model, so it has no problem with logs like this. The hole's 3 inches, so you can't put anything bigger in. If you try, I tried to like jam some in, it just doesn't fit in the hole, so it just kind of clogs it up and you got to pull those pieces out. I do see how a 4-inch model would be nice if you're not looking to have firewood. I am looking to have a lot of firewood, so anything bigger than this will just be smaller pieces of firewood, and I'm fine with that. So I think this was the right size for what I need. Although if the goal is to clean up an area as quick as possible, I absolutely see how a 4-inch would be great and a 6-inch would be phenomenal. These are ponderosa pine trees, so they're pretty soft wood, but this machine had zero problem with that. Even the little mulch in the grass and pine cones bark, just things I raked up off the ground, I could throw in there, and if you don't throw too much in at a time, it won't clog it, just a little bit at a time, and it chipped it up really nicely. Here is the pile of chips, and you can see how almost sawdust, I'd say. Turns more to nearly sawdust than it does like a normal mulch you would see. The machine wasn't slower than me because what you have to do with a log like this is chop these down. If you don't cut off these little sticks sticking out, what ends up happening is it gets jammed in the machine. So one piece, even like a 10-foot piece, would be slowly going through as I would prep the next piece. And I hardly had to wait on the machine. The only time I had to wait on the machine was the small sticks and pine cones and pine needles. It has these handles right here. So to move it, you just pop it up and you can roll it, and it rolls and is transportable. Fairly easy. It's not super heavy, but this is low. So moving it around, you do have to bend over a little bit, but it's not hard to move around. It takes gas up top, and then 4-cycle small engine oil down there. You want to make sure you fill it up at least 75% of the way. As the engine goes, it's going to reduce that level, so you want to make sure you get enough in there. I just filled it up all the way. Here you have it on and off. On this other side, you've got your gas on and off here, and then you've also got choke and run. Just starting it on choke, super easy. 2 pulls again. It started the first time, and then you have a speed, variable speed, so you can go slow with the chipper or faster, and then you got the pull string. So let's see if it starts up after running it for an hour and a half. We'll just put it on. You're supposed to go closer to the slow side. I don't need to choke it. Make sure everything is on. Let's see how it goes. As far as small engine goes, this is started up every time so far. Very easy, no issues. And the mulch is smaller than I thought it would be. The chips are really tiny, but a good thing for that is how much volume the chips are compared to the wood. I had this massive pile, and now I've just got this, well, not super big pile of chips. I'd say it's 10 to 15 times less volume as far as the pile of wood I had to the pile of chips I have. The assembly took about 15 minutes. The instruction manual is pretty decent, actually. But the main thing you need to know is that the orange base, the orange housing that has the motor attached to it, has loose screws on it. Those loose screws are how you know where the pieces and parts go. So it's basically lining up the intake feed and the outtake, and then putting on the base and the wheels. It's quite simple, not a big deal. I'm sure you'll figure it out very quickly. But it's nice that it was easy and that the pictures were nice to put it together.